Hey everybody, welcome to my office and thanks for watching this video. This video was attached to an email which actually had two links, one for this video and another for a survey. After watching this video, you should be able to fill out the survey. If you went to the survey first, then you probably realized, I don't know what this is talking about, and now you're here watching the video. That survey is for all volunteers. We need every volunteer to fill out this survey. And if you could have that back to us by June 30th, that would be a great help to us, as we will then take the rest of the summer to input that data and change a bunch of our systems to reflect that data. And that's going to take a whole lot of time and a whole lot of work. So if you could get that to us by June 30th, that would be helpful. After watching this video, think through the content, pray through the content, and then fill out that survey for us, okay? Today we're going to talk about two really important things. One is volunteer commitment, and the other is classroom structure. So first, let's talk about volunteer commitment. As you guys know, we offer currently several different serving options. You can serve weekly, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4, or even the substitute position. We've been doing that for a few years now, and the hope in switching from weekly to all of those other serving commitments was we were hoping to gain more volunteers, more consistency in our classroom, and to stop turning away children in Little Village. And so 3 years later, as we evaluate, are those commitments still working? I think the answer is no. We haven't really gained consistency in our classroom. We haven't really gained additional volunteers. We've kind of just stayed status quo. And we are still very much turning away children. And so that's kind of prompted us to change the way we think about volunteer commitment. And so what you see in that survey that we're asking you to take is for you to decide on a different serving commitment based on the options I'm about to give you. So rather than have four or five volunteer commitment options, we're moving to only two, and they are as follows. The first one is weekly, and so gosh, we are always going to hold weekly serving in the highest regard. We think it's what's best for you, what's best for the children, and what's best for the parents. This offers a level of consistency that just can't be surpassed. And so by weekly serving, we mean that you're here more often than you're not. That does not mean you can never, ever, ever miss serving. It means that you're here more often than you're not. So typically about 3 times in a month. The second commitment option is each volunteer can choose whether they would like to serve even months of the year or odd months of the year. What we love about this new commitment is that it provides something that we've never been able to offer before to our volunteers, which is a rhythm of rest. We feel really strongly that you guys are the hardest working volunteers in the church. We are the ministry that kind of never sleeps, and in fact, we're always asking more of you. So it's Christmas, it's Easter, and we just need more and more and more help. And so what we really want to do with this commitment is to provide a rhythm of rest for you. So here's how that works. Let's just say I'm an even serving volunteer, even month serving volunteer. So it's February. It is the second month of the year, so that's an even month. And so what I will do is I will serve the entire month of February. So every week in February, I will serve. And then I'll be off in March. And then back on in April, off in May, so on and so forth. So basically the rhythm is you serve a month, you're off a month. You serve a month, you're off a month. So in that way, yeah, man, you are working every single week for a month, but then you are off and resting for an entire month. And our hope is that that rest just brings you back to us refreshed and ready to go, and able to work for an entire month, knowing that that rest is coming on the other side. So that's the first reason we like it. The second reason we like it is we're going to add in a layer of responsibility that we have never done in Little Village either. So here's the deal. We have got to stop turning away children from Little Village. We just need to. So every child who comes to Little Village needs to be offered the opportunity to be in a classroom and hearing the gospel. So that's going to take some responsibility on your part, which is that we're going to ask for you to find your own subs if you are going to be out on any given weekend. That's something we've historically never asked for you to do, but we feel like it's necessary at this point if we're going to solve this problem of turning away children. So what this will look like is, let's go back to my example where I'm the even month serving volunteer. So If I need to be out on one of my weekends, I'm going to reach out to the odd month serving volunteer and ask if they can cover for me or swap a week. So everybody will know the other people who work in their classroom, and that will be the sub base that you will pull from if you need to be out on any given weekend. Who will help facilitate you being out is your classroom lead, which leads me to my next point, which is classroom structure. That is the other big thing that we need to talk about here. So you guys know that right now we have lead teachers, we have coordinators, and we have coaches. The position of coach is going away as we know it, and it's going to be absorbed back into the classroom as what we are calling classroom leads. So guys, so excited about this role. And what this means is you all have one person in each classroom who owns that classroom. They own the training, they own the classroom time, they own the schedule, and they're facilitating the crafts, and they're just owning that classroom. So again, if we go back to my example, let's say I am an even serving volunteer serving in classroom number 1. There will be a classroom lead who also serves in classroom number 1, and they are a weekly serving volunteer. You cannot be a classroom lead unless you are a weekly serving volunteer. So as the classroom lead, that person will know who are the even month serving volunteers in this classroom and who are the odd month serving volunteers in this classroom. So when I need to be out as an even serving volunteer, my classroom lead will help direct me to the odd serving volunteer who corresponds with me in that classroom. Okay? If that's confusing, please feel free to ask questions. But we're really excited about this classroom lead. We think it will provide some consistency and some structure in the classroom that we don't currently have in Little Village. What we're most excited about is with these new volunteer commitments and with the addition of the classroom lead, is we're able to put down some roots. So we're able to say, hey, classroom lead, you serve in classroom 1, and then here are the even and odd month serving volunteers who serve around you in classroom 1. The hope here is that we will stop doing the classroom switcheroo where we ask volunteers to go from one classroom to another, and we're hoping to put an end to that. We're hoping to put an end to turning away children, and we're hoping to just provide greater structure within our classrooms. So there you have it. Volunteer commitments. We can serve weekly or we can serve even and odd months of the year. And then classroom leads. We're going to be putting these in place, and hopefully we're just going to be providing some greater structure in the classroom than what we currently have. If you are interested in becoming a classroom lead, we want to hear from you. So as you're filling out that survey, please feel free to drop us a line and let us know that you are a weekly serving volunteer who'd be interested in being a classroom lead. We also need additional coordinators at each service, and we also are looking for additional lead teachers. So if those are things that you're interested in, please let us know. We want to hear them. So think about these things. What kind of volunteer commitment do you want to make in Little Village? Think about them, pray about them, consider your role, and then go ahead and fill out that survey. Remember, we need everybody's survey back to us by June the 30th. If you have questions, if you have comments, if you have concerns, we want to hear them. So send us an email, stop us in the hallways, ask us for coffee. We are yours. We are here to serve you, and we want to hear from you. So thank you guys for listening to this video. Super appreciate your time, and we'll talk to you soon.